Tonight, new information in a convicted killer's escape from a southern Nevada prison last month.
And the lack of oversight that likely led to it. Fox 6's Drew Andre is here now with the details from the top of the Department of Corrections.
Well, Jacqueline and John, Fox 5 obtained audio from a meeting with the acting director and all of the state's prison wardens. In the acting director detailing more about the prison escape and said it's important for the prison system's leaders to know how to prevent something like this from happening again.
It was another inmate that alerted officers that a prisoner had escaped from the Southern Desert Correctional Facility, some 3.5 days after it's believed Porfirio Duarte-Herrera broke out, leading to a days-long manhunt. That's according to now acting director of the Department of Corrections, Bill Gatier, in a virtual meeting with wardens across the state Tuesday. He said 8 personnel from the prison are on administrative leave, when we were originally told it was 6. And those 8 people are being investigated by the department. Gatier says officers were not conducting inmate checks in the unit Duarte-Herrera escaped from, and surveillance cameras proved it. A corrections officer union representative tells us it's common for officers to work double shifts several days a week and are extremely understaffed.
Something's going to happen when you have that much put on that few people responsible for in an environment that's as chaotic as prison is.
The acting director said he was meeting with the governor's office and asked for permission to expand the critical rehire program to help with staffing. Lundquist says retaining officers has been a major issue and pay needs to improve. According to the state's website, salaries range from $46,000 to $68,000. Meantime, following Duarte-Herrera's arrest last week, he is now back behind bars at the maximum security facility Ely State Prison. The acting medical director said in the meeting that Duarte-Herrera is on suicide watch.
And we still don't know what Duarte-Herrera was doing during that 4-day period he was missing. And the governor says he will get a small group together to investigate operations at Southern Desert and bring recommendations to improve those conditions. Jacqueline.
And we also asked the Department of Corrections for an interview with that now acting director. Our request was declined.